There's plenty to see, there's plenty to do in Miss Caroline's cupboard.
Hello girls, and welcome to your maths lesson. Today we're going to be continuing with probability. So yesterday you had to fill out this grid. We were filling in the first two columns yesterday, which was the word description and the fraction. Let's take a little look together. I pick the letter R when I choose at random a letter from the word banana. We needed to decide which word description would fit in that box. Is it even possible to select the letter R at random from the word banana? No, it's not. It's impossible. So that's the word you should have chosen for your first box. Did you get the rest of them right? It's unlikely to roll a 6 when you roll a dice. It's unlikely that you will take a red sweet when you have 5 red sweets and 10 green sweets. There is an even chance when you toss a coin that it lands with the head upwards. There is also an even chance when you roll that you're going to roll an odd number when you roll a dice. It is likely that you're going to pick a consonant when you pick a letter at random from the word apple. Did you know what consonant meant? If you didn't, did you research it? So a consonant is every other letter in the alphabet that isn't a vowel. A, E, I, O, U are vowels. Every other letter is a consonant. So let's look at the word apple. We have vowel, consonant, 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 vowel. So we have 3 consonants and 2 vowels, which means we have more consonants, which means that it's more than an even chance. It's likely. Lastly, it is unlikely for us to select a number ending in 0 from a bag of numbers from 1 to 200. Why is this? Well, let's think of all of the numbers that end in 0. We've got 10, 20, 30, 40, all the way up to 100. And then we've got 110, 120, 130, 140, all the way up to 200. So that's only 20 numbers that have a 0 at the end, which means that's 20 numbers out of 200. Quite unlikely, but not impossible. So, next, in the second column, you had to find out the fractions. You had to show this word description as a fraction, or this probability as a fraction. So the first one was 0, because it was impossible. The next one down, 1/6. There is 1 out of 6 chances. Then 1 out of 3, 1/3, 1/2, an even chance, 1/2, even chance, 3/5, and finally 20 200ths, which we made into 1/10. So divide 200 by 20 and you get 10. Divide 20 by 20 and you get 1. Okay then girls, so your trick today is to fill in the next 2 columns, percentage and decimal. So we can show probability as a fraction and a percentage and a decimal. Now you have done lots of practice on converting fractions to percentages to decimals. So this should come quite easy to you. But let's have a little look together first. Let's take 1/2. So if we wanted to convert this into a percentage, how do we convert something into a percentage? Well, it's something out of 100, isn't it? Out of 100%. So we want to find what out of 100 it is. So let's make the bottom number into 100 and then do the same to the top number. So how do we get 2 to 100? We're going to multiply it by 50. 2 times 50 is 100. So then we can do 1 times 50 is 50 over 100, which is 50%. 50%. Well done. Now you should know that Some of these you should know without even having to do any calculations. You know that 1/2 is equal to 50%. You should also know what 1/3 is equal to. And 1/10. So let's move along to the decimals. So it says here at the top, decimal to 2 decimal places. What that means is, after your decimal point, we need to have 2 numbers. Okay, so remember with decimals, it's going to be 0 point something. 0 point something. So do you remember how we turn 50% into a decimal? 0 point what? What would it be? 50%. If we divide by 100, we can get our decimals. 50 divided by 100. Can you think what that might be? Can you remember what happens when we divide by 100? Think of your place value. Think about that decimal point. 50. Think about where the decimal point is with the number 50. And then think where it's going to move when we divide by 100. 100 has 2 zeros. So let's think about how many spaces our numbers are going to jump. 0.5. And we needed 1 extra number here, so we put our 0 in. That's now to 2 decimal places. So girls, some little tips for you there. Most of these you should get very quickly. So after you've completed these 2 columns, one more challenge for you to do is this one here. So what you're looking at is 4 spinners, and you're trying to find the probability of it landing on the number 1. So the probability of your spinner landing on number 1. So let's look at spinner A. So first of all, we have to create a word description. So think about all those words you can use, ranging from impossible all the way up to certain. Have a look there. So you've got 4 numbers. There's only one number 1, so what would that fraction be? What would that be as a percentage? What would that be as a decimal? And then what would the word description be? Is it an even chance? Is it less than even? Is it more than even? Is it impossible? And once you've done A, move on to B, C, and D. So girls, you can either print these off if you'd like to, or you can do it on a computer. Or if you don't want either of those things, you can just draw the grid on a piece of paper, take a photo of it, and send it over to your teacher. Remember, if you have any questions, please watch this video again. Watch the video again from yesterday, and if not, ask your teacher. Good luck, girls. Bye.